but you know, what can I say? Great to have you with us, and good luck with the series. As I said, it's just winning rave reviews across the country, and it's great that you could join us today. Enjoy the rest of the day, and good luck with your cup tips this afternoon. Ethereal and...
Casario, may the horse be with you.
All right, now there are a lot of people that love May the Horse Be With You.
Good name, good name.
Good name. All right. Good luck and congratulations on a great new series.
Thanks,
Thank you. Okay. Well, Tim Webster, my very gorgeous and handsome co-host, is ready to take over the reins for the afternoon. Tim, you're in a somewhat warmer section of the track, I see.
Yeah, and I understand too the blokes have been wearing out their keypads with the email with you, you little heartbreaker.
Really?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, as long as the dress gets the thumbs up, you know, we always fret about those things. So thanks, everyone.
Yeah. Now listen, you stay there. I want to show you something. $60,000 worth of Melbourne Cup will be presented this afternoon. There have been many different versions of the Melbourne Cup. Have a look at this. This is the real deal. This is the FA Cup, the Football Association Cup. This one dates back to 1911, I think the original 1872, Les, and with me is the CEO Asia Pacific of AXA, the sponsors of this trophy. Welcome.
Thank you, Tim.
Very big sponsorship for you, this one.
It is. AXA's a global company, and when we decided we need to build our brand globally, we looked at soccer because it's the world's biggest sport. Yeah. And the FA Cup's the most famous trophy in soccer. So 4 years ago we sponsored it, and it's been very successful for us.
And of course, courtesy of pay TV, we see all of this wonderful soccer in our homes every night these days.
Yes, and as an exiled Brit following soccer myself, I stay up late and I go down to the sports bar at the Crown Casino to watch it myself. It's great to be able to see it here. Yeah,
I don't know if you can see on the trophy itself, if our camera can get a close shot of it, but you can see that over the years, the older winners of the FA Cup, their names have been rubbed away, and I guess that's because someone's been polishing it and touching it. Yeah, there you can see it. Yeah, on the top there. You notice on the top they've been rubbed away, and on the bottom they're still there.
Yeah, so. the ones I look for are Liverpool, though. They haven't been rubbed away as they won it last year. But,
well, I was going to go about you. Well, they won it last year, and since 1990 you've won a couple.
That's right.
Manchester United, I think 4.
Yeah, we don't talk about that, though, in AXA.
No, because the keeper of the cup is a Manchester United supporter, he tells me. But he's supposed to be unbiased, aren't you? Yeah, he's over there anyway.
It's a very famous trophy. It attracts a lot of attention. Yeah. The FA Cup final attracts over 200 million audience worldwide. It's a greatly loved and historic event.
Yeah, and most importantly too, Les, it's raised probably millions of pounds for charity.
Yeah, we take it all over the world, and we invite people to come and be photographed with it, and they make a donation to charity. So, as well as getting AXA's name in front of people, we also raise money, so that's very good.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for bringing it in. It's a joy to see it. It really is, and everyone in this room wants a photograph taken with it. So just keep.
Well, we can arrange that.
Yeah, and yes, a coin for charity, everybody. We can do that too. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim.
Les Owen from AXA. A cup countdown has begun. There's only one race between now and the Melbourne Cup. It's not far away, all about an hour and 20 minutes. Welcome back. That looks like Ethereal. Can she win the Melbourne Cup, and wouldn't it be a great story? Now listen, we're going to try and help you today with a few omen bets and things. The top weight is Persian Punch number 9, and he's 9 years old. Now, no 9-year-olds have ever won the Melbourne Cup. Just let me leave it with you. You can make up your own mind. Now, here's something special for you. Once you get involved in this, here's a telephone number on your screen. Just imagine having a little piece of racing history in your own home or office. This is commissioned by the Australian Racing Museum and painted by renowned equine artist Judith Lemon. Commemorative painting includes this year's Hall of Fame inductees, as well as a who's who of racing identities and personalities. You just saw Phar Lap's name across there, in support, very importantly, of the Save the Children Fund, Open Family Australia, and the St Vincent's Institute for Medical Research. Only 900 copies of this are available right across the world, purchased by the public. Simply call that number on your screen, 1-800-827-463, and you could be a proud owner of that fantastic print. All right, let's go back down to the fashionable one. Here's Lynn Talbot.
Well, hello, Tim. Well, as you know, most ladies have their lips and nails done before they come out to Flemington. But if they run out of time or need a touch-up during the day, this is the place to come. The L'Oreal Paris Powder Room. And with me is Renee McAvoy. Hello there.
Hi, Lynn. How are you?
What a great idea.
It's been a very busy day for us here at the L'Oreal Paris Powder Room. We've had about 1,000 women visit us here today.
Well, I've seen them queuing up, actually. There is some product here. In fact, your full range range, and it is like letting kids loose in a lolly shop.
We've really got something for everyone. We've got more than 70 shades of lip colour, including our latest lip colour, Shine Delise.
Well, that is an absolute sensation because it is raspberry scented and the names are great.
It is great. It's been the hottest lip colour throughout the world, and now it's available here in Australia. It contains vitamin C to help protect the lips, has the raspberry smell, and comes in 18 fabulous shades and leaves lips looking sheer and shimmery.
Well, you can have the hat and you can have the outfit, the shoes, the bag, but I think the makeup really completes the look, doesn't it? What sort of looks are you seeing that are in now?
Well, the look this season is really feminine yet modern. So we're seeing pink is very popular, textures are very sheer and shimmery, and the great thing about Flemington is women have a lot of fun with fashion, and the perfect way to finish off the outfit is with the right lips and nails, and a visit to the L'Oreal Paris Powder Room.
Well, that's right. There are some little take-home giveaway goodie bags, which is fantastic. And the most popular colour?
It has to be Shine Delise in a raspberry smoothie. And not only will visitors to the powder room be the first to try Shine Delise, they'll also get one to take home with them.
Wonderful. Well, raspberry smoothie, Tim. Now, I think that's just your look.
Raspberry smoothie lipstick. There's a thought for you. I don't know about my look, but it does have a certain taste about it, doesn't it? Now, we mentioned Ethereal. If Ethereal could win the Melbourne Cup, what a story it would be for trainer Sheila Laxon and jockey Scott Siemer. Ethereal to win the Melbourne Cup. Let's have a look.
They're just a couple of girls enjoying each other's company and a little piece of heaven. Macedon Lodge, just outside Melbourne.
I couldn't have come to a better spot. I'm just amazed that it exists in Australia, and I'm very grateful that the Len Brady's put me in this direction.
But this is no ordinary partnership. Ethereal and Sheila Laxon, and they appear to be inseparable.
But I've had her since she was broken in. I broke her in, and I've really got on well with her. So she's quite bossy. I do seem to have an affinity with her.
The Laxon name is no stranger to Melbourne Cup success.
Netsky won't make it, and the big mare wins.
That big mare, Empire Rose, was trained by Sheila's husband, Laurie, currently based in Singapore, and his expertise is still valued.
I do ask him about certain things, and he's got a lot of experience, and he's a very good trainer, so it's worth listening to his advice.
Rarely does a smile leave Sheila's face. Not surprising, really, when you consider she nearly died in a race fall 10 years ago.
I was unconscious for 8 days, but I think I was on life support sort of in the first day or two or something like that. I don't remember.
So now the riding side is left to this man, Scott Siemer, an overnight sensation, just 17 years in the making. Now not quite as anonymous as on his first trip to Victoria 4 years ago.
And the steward come and asked me, had I ridden many winners? And by that stage I think I'd already ridden it, over 1,000 winners, so yeah, it's taken a while, but finally got there.
I am amazed about how dedicated he is to riding the best race he can. He goes right through the form, knows all the runners, knows where the track bias is, and knows where he wants to be, throughout the race. And I've never come across a jockey so dedicated.
That dedication was on display not only in the Caulfield Cup, but in the steward's room afterwards.
Being here in Victoria, they class me as a Queenslander, but I actually live in New South Wales, and also the mare being from New Zealand. And later on I found out that the owner of Sky Heights is one of the VATC committeemen. So I didn't want to let go too much, but I thought it was a bit foolish to protest, but I really had to sort of just contain myself, but let him have enough, but not too much.
A win in the big one will see all the camp high-stepping their way to history. The little lady herself, her lucky-to-be-alive Kiwi trainer, and a full-time jockey and part-time nut farmer from up north.
An old friend of mine, the ex-jockey, said there's only a half a length between a good jockey and an ordinary jockey, but a good jockey makes less mistakes.
I think he's the one who'd be feeling the pressure, because it's all up to him from now. As soon as he gets on her, then it's his call. Good luck, Scott.
And just for now, the saddle will take preference over the macadamia nuts.
It certainly has. The riding is a lot better than the macadamia nuts at the moment.
Wouldn't it be a great story if they could do it? Plenty are prepared to say Ethereal can win the Melbourne Cup, having already won the Caulfield Cup. Let's go down to Mark Aston. What have you got, young man?
Well, not sure at this stage, but Chris Wood, who is the trainer of Carpstead Way, has just raced past us. Of course, the big talking point, the big speculation is whether or not Carpstead Way will run in the race. We know the track is dead. We know there are concerns in the sense that Carpstead Way just doesn't like the sing out of the ground at all. We might just have a look over here. This is Nash Rawiller. If we just turn the camera around, Nash, what is the situation at the moment?
At the moment, there hasn't really been a decision made. Chris has just sort of got in there to confer with a few of the other jockeys. And
what do you think? What's your view?
The horse can't possibly win on this track, no. But that's what I think.
And when do you think a decision will be made? We're running out of time, aren't we?
Yeah. I'm not too sure. I mean, obviously the Connections want to have a runner in the Melbourne Cup, and certainly I'd love to have a ride in it, but for the horse's well-being, I think it's probably putting him at risk.
Okay, thanks, Nash. So that's Nash Rawiller, folks, and of course he is going to ride to Carpstead Way if indeed Carpstead Way takes his place in the Melbourne Cup. Ran a great race last year when he ran fourth. So we'll keep you up to date. A bit more drama for you, Tim.
Been plenty of that this week, hasn't there, young Mark Aston? Yes, all right. We're counting you down to the Melbourne Cup, and the good news I have for you is it stopped raining, we hope, permanently. The Cup, about an hour and 10 away.
Coming up, the countdown to the Cup continues. It's money time, and the stakes have never been higher. From across Australia and around the world, they have gathered in pursuit of racing's greatest prize. 2 miles between the barriers and equine immortality. This is what dreams are made of. This is the best of the best on your home of the Melbourne Cup, Network 10.
There he is, Big Pat with Peter Tulloch, one of the many chances in the Melbourne Cup. Gee, there's a lot of opinions around. I've already said to you, Persian Punch, the top weight at 9. No 9-year-olds have ever won the Melbourne Cup. I'm going to cross down to Peter Donegan. Now, Pete, Omen Bet, someone just pointed out to me, 13, 14, 15, Ethereal, Hill of Grace in a flurry, all mares. Not a bad trifecta.
Well, there's another Omen Bet too, of course, Rain Gauge, after what we've had earlier today. So just follow your heart, or just pick the numbers, I don't know. But maybe you might like to follow this man. Great to have him back at Flemington. Of course, he's based in Hong Kong, where he's second on the premiership at the moment. Shane Dye, welcome back to sunny Melbourne.
Oh, it's freezing. I can't believe how cold it is. I'm standing here shivering. Used to higher temperatures than this, but it's a shame it's like this, because Melbourne Cup Day is one of the great spectacular race days of the whole world, you know, when it's on. But unfortunately, it's wet, it's cold, but it still goes on.
How do you come to be riding Spirit of Westbury?
Well, Cliff Brown's been after me for, the last, say, 3-4 weeks to ride the horse, and I kept knocking him back, and he kept persisting. And then Saturday, I actually watched the race with David Hayes, and he ran very well, and Cliff ran straight after the race, and David said to me, go back and ride him. So I had to get permission from the Hong Kong Jockey Club on Saturday, because we've got races in Hong Kong tonight. And it was probably a bit of David convincing me to go back and do him, and Cliff, and I realistically think he has got a chance.
He raced up near the speed in the sub. Is that where you'd want to be today on a bit of a rain-affected track?
It normally favours swoopers here, but he's going to be in the first half dozen, this horse. There's no doubt about that. He's got a light weight. He likes the wet. He's just got to relax, and if he can relax, he should run out the distance.
Enjoying life in Hong Kong?
I love it. It's very tough. It's a lot harder than here. There's no doubt about that. It's very rewarding if you can put the work in and, and be successful there. And that's what it is. It's about being successful, because if you're not, you get thrown out of the place.
The Melbourne Cup is a truly international race. It features some of the greatest jockeys in the world. It's good to have you back at Flemington, and we wish you safe passage and the best of luck.
Thank you. I'm just glad to be here, and I'd just like to say hello to my son in Sydney, Nicholas. I love you, and hope you're watching. And he was going to get off school, so I said I'd say hello.
Oh, fantastic. We've seen Nicholas at the races many times. Thanks, Shane. Shane Dye, who'll be riding Spirit of Westbury. Time now to have a look at the horses in the traditional lead-up. The Great Western over 1,400 metres. First of all, Gen number 1, Grand Juror, the rider Jim Cassidy for Gary Portelli.
Well, her only win was in a Hawkesbury maiden, but has been very consistent in her races, Pete. I thought she probably had every chance there at Moonee Valley, and I'll give her a place chance.
Number 2, Angora, Brian York for Bart Cummings.
Nothing special at Warwick Farm. The heavy track and 57.5 at Caulfield didn't help her cause either, but she's got a bit of a wet track here today, so place chance only.
Stevie Arnold rode the previous winner, and that was number 3, Cosmic Strike, and the trainer is Dan O'Sullivan.
This horse was wide at Moonee Valley last start and is yet to win a race, but the 1400 metres should suit. Not the roughest horse in the race by any means.
I like number 4, Moon Dragon, to be ridden by Damien Oliver for Lee Friedman. I thought she was very impressive when she scored a soft win at Caulfield.
Well, she did, but she was on the outside of the lead there and won quite well. She's very promising, Peter, that's for sure. She's had a go on two goes on the wet track, actually, for 1 win, so she must come into this race with a good chance.
What about this chestnut filly, Jen? Number 5, Ansami, Nigel Blackiston trains, and Brett Preble is in the saddle.
Well, Ansami ran on very strongly at Moonee Valley, yet to miss a place in her career, and she's very honest. I think the pace will suit her. There should be some pace on. She'll probably get back, and she should run on strongly.
Hepton Stall's only been to the races twice and has won both of them. John Hawkes, the trainer, Darren Gauci aboard.
Well, she won her maiden very easily, Peter, and then she led all the way at Warwick Farm, and she showed a lot of tenacity to win there. She does look up to the task, but of course we don't know on the wet, but I'd definitely leave her there.
Glenn Boss takes the seat aboard number 7, Bay of Silk, and the trainer is Danny O'Brien here at Flemington.
Well, Bay of Silk's got the blinkers on for the first time. I thought it was a fairly average effort there at Moonee Valley and would probably just need to lift on that performance. Not keen.
And probably the other chance is number 8, and that is Largo. Tommy Hughes is the trainer and Karen McAvoy the jockey.
Largo ran on at Caulfield. The heavy track at Kilmore ran second there. So possibly a place chance in this race, and I've left her there with a place chance with 52.5 kilos.
What's your try, Jen?
My trifecta is number 5, Ansami, from number 4, Moon Dragon, and number 8, Largo.
Okay, a little bit later on, we hope to be catching up with Frankie Dettori, one of the world's premier jockeys. But in the meantime, let's go up to Dan Malicki with the tote figures on race 6.
Yes, Pete, the favourite is number 4, Moon Dragon, a very solid favourite here around the 270 mark on Super Tab. Grand Jura and Angora both given chances. Cosmic Strike's at really good odds. 590 Answer Me, 530 Hepton Stall, the unbeaten Hepton Stall. And the outsiders are over the page. Night Chaser 43. It's lost its stablemates numbers 9 and 12. Is Moon Dragon the dominant favourite in the ring as it is on the tote, Tim?
Has been for some time, Dan. It's just got the shakes a little bit because there has been a good go down here for number 6, Hepstonal. It certainly drifted early. Then there's some good stable support for number 6, Hepstonal. And the mail is from inside the camp that this is the second best horse in the Hawke stable. The best, of course, being Viscount. Good money for Hepstonal. The favourite will be Moon Dragon, and specking at longer odds for Cosmic Strike.
Doesn't matter which way you say it, Hepton Stall is probably one of the favoured ones here. There is the map, and this event is over 1,400 metres, always the Great Western run over that distance. Starting on the far side, they'll be on a big sweep up to the 450 at the top of the straight. Selections from the experts. As we said before, Hepton Stall is the one that is down there, but my selection is number 4, Moon Dragon. Answer Me for Jenny. Grand Jura for Letzi and Simon, Moon Dragon for Dan and Gary. Just before Roy Higgins, the cup totes. Let's have a look at those and see what they're showing on the tabs all around Australia. Still Sky Heights the favourite at $6.40, $7 in Queensland, $6.60 in New South Wales. Other chance there, number 8 Yippee-Io at 15. Main chances amongst those, 13 Ethereal $10, 16 Big Pat at $10 as well. Hill of Grace getting out to 20. May the Horse Be With You 12. Spirit of Westbury, we just spoke to Shane Dye, $15.80, and Rain Gauge is at $7.60. As they move in for the Great Western, the thoughts of former champion jockey, twice a winner of the Melbourne Cup, Roy Higgins.
Thanks, Pete. Yes, I went with the octagonal youngster, number 6, Hepton Stall, or however it's with. Gee, she's a nice filly, very much like Dad, jet black, looks like her old man. I marked on top. I think she's a nice filly, this one. Certainly the 4, Moon Dragon, and 1, Grand Jura looked excellent in the yard. And number 8, Largo is a bit of a roughie. 6, 4, 1 and 8. Pete, 1 to go.
1 to go, Roy, and the big one is next. The Tooheys New Melbourne Cup. There's this wonderful scene over on the far side of the track. And even over there are plenty of spectators because there's a lot of people on boats on the Maribyrnong River. There's a lot of people who are up on Scotchman's Hill, where they used to call the races from back in the old days. Fortunately, Dan Malicki doesn't have to call from there. He's perched high above the crowd here at Flemington, up in the grandstand in the commentary box, with him, former champion jockey Gary Willetts.
Yes, Peter, and I can tell you this crowd right out in front of us, it was very lean for a while, but by gee, has it built up the last 20 minutes or so. I think everyone's decided to come out. The rain's going away. But gee, getting back to this race, I like the 4 Moondragon. I thought it was a very good, its last 2 have been very good wins. Hepton Store was soon used to say that they think it's the second best horse to Viscount. They must have forgotten about a little horse called Long Road. I think he's a pretty smart horse, Dan.
Oh, absolutely.
But there's Hepton Store going in now on the outer.
It's by Octagonal Hepton Store. It's 1, 2 out of 2. They're set to go already, and they're racing now. Missing it a little bit was Recreate near the inside. One of the first out was the top weight Grand Jura. Hepton Stall used up in the early part will race forward, and likewise Cosmic Strike in the black and white stripes. Getting up to 4th, Taylor Dane. Recreate booting through in the pink colours. It'll settle 4th. So Taylor Dane 5th, and then came Angora, Answer Me about midfield. Next was Osprey Ridge, allowed to drift back in the race, and they were followed wider out by Night Chaser, Largo the middle. Moondragon's got a long way back. It's second last, and Bay of Silk 2 lengths away last and 12 lengths off the lead. 800 left to travel. Grand Jura in front. Hepton to a stall second. 3rd, Recreate. 4th, Cosmic Strike. 2 lengths away, Taylor Dane. And then Answer Me from Angora. Osprey Ridge on the rails from Night Chaser. Moondragon still about 8 or 9 lengths off the lead. Largo ridden along second last and 2 lengths away, Bay of Silk. They're fanning around the turn. Answer Me went very wide, but Grand Jura led into the straight from Hepton Stall. Recreate 3rd, Cosmic Strike 4th. Osprey Ridge has got a dash up behind them. And then Answer Me hard ridden wider. Taylor Dane, Angora trying to thread through, and Moondragon's made up plenty of ground. It's running on strongly. Cosmic Strike went to the lead. Moondragon after it. Answer Me down the outside, then Night Chaser and Bay of Silk. Night Chaser coming strongly as Moondragon went to the lead. Moondragon got a length and a half in front of Night Chaser. Moondragon in front, Oliver pushing the favourite clear. Moondragon 2 in front. Night Chaser ducked in and Moondragon wins it. Moondragon 2 lengths to Night Chaser. 3rd, Answer Me. Then came Angora. Largo got home late from Taylor Dane. Then Grand Jura, Bay of Silk. Next in Cosmic Strike from Osprey Ridge, Hepton Stall. All those that raced up on the pace faded, and Recreate likewise at the tail end.
Oh, what a great ride, Dan. Look, he got back on this filly, Damien Oliver, and then he looked for runs like, I was worried. I thought, coming to the home corner, gee, he's going to have to go round them, but he persevered for runs. And as they straightened up with 400 metres to go, it was just quite incredible. When Peter, if you've got this was some kind of ride, I can tell you.
It certainly was, Gary Willetts. We're going to pick them up at the top of the straight. Now, just watch this for a ride from Damien Oliver. The horse that we're looking for is in here. That is Moondragon. Now, there's a couple of other good runs in the race. This horse back in the field, Leon Corsten's horse, which has run on very strongly at the finish and ran about a bit too, as we'll see near the line, Gary. And also Answer Me, which is over on the outside in the green colours, as we pick up the action. And Gary, he needed a run, and he needed one badly.
Oh yes, but he'd saved so much ground. But here he goes, he's trying to thread through it. He still hasn't got much room, but now he gets up inside of Hepton Stall, and boy, does she accelerate this filly. She's very smart by Dane Hill, but she gets right away.
And watch this filly on the outside,
yes.
Night Chaser.
Yeah,
now,
gets home very well.
Yeah, and
might run in a little bit.
About 50 metres or so from the line. Just watch, she turns her head here just as they get inside the 100-metre mark.
Yeah, I think she has got in on top of that horse.
Head-on's going to be interesting here, Gary.
Yeah, they've shifted a good 2 or 3 horses.
He certainly did grab hold of her, though, and straighten her up, Night Chaser.
Yeah,
now, just to identify these horses, we've got Moondragon in there.
Yeah. This is why he's such a great rider, Peter.
That was Answer Me out wide. And here's this other filly of Leon Corsten's about to hook to the outside, yes. Night Chaser.
She looks a big striding filly, Night Chaser. Yep. Now, you see Damien's got through in the Robert Sangster colours.
Hepton Stall gets tightened up a little bit there.
Yeah.
Wasn't travelling at the time, though.
It had gone now. But the one in the orange colours, this is the one to watch. Gets right in on top of the horse here in the green. Now they'll shift. They just sort of bump a little bit here. Gets in right on top of him here. Now he has to take hold. I doubt if there'd be a protest.
You wouldn't think so?
I wouldn't think so.
Straighten up too, didn't he?
He did straighten up.
Brilliant ride by that man, Damien Oliver. Here he is with John Letts.
Yes, Pete and Damien, very excited about this filly. Damien said, you know, in the Blue Diamond Prelude, you'd give her a chance, but gee, she showed you today the 1400.
Yeah, she's just taken a bit of time to reach her best. Today we didn't plan to ride her back that far, but she couldn't go the early speed and worked out her favour in the end because she got a beautiful run through.
Damien, you let her just find her feet and she gradually got a peel of the ground under her, and gee, the sprint home was pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a bit of distance will really suit her.
Well, by Danehill out of a Sir Tristram here, and well, you can be looking at as far as you want to go, she'll go, won't she?
Yeah, I mean, she might be a nice Adelaide Oaks filly in the autumn.
She sure will. Congratulations, Damien. Good luck in the next.
Thanks, mate.
Well, he's Australia's best rider, and I'm sure this man would vouch for that, Lee Freedman. 4 winners for the Carnival. That's pretty nice.
It's great. Good win. I was a bit worried when she missed the start. Only we had Ollie on. Thank God he was patient and got a run through the field when they all started to fan in the straight, and that's what's won in the race. But she's a good class filly. She was set for this, and I think next season she'll probably go on and, you know, might be an Australasian Oaks type filly.
Really, she's that good?
Yeah, I think she's a good filly, yeah.
Speaking of the man in the saddle, the temptation after missing the start might have been to, you know, try and take the shortest route home, but he still stayed in the good lane and waited for the run to come.
He had a good teacher.
And that was? Who?
Yours truly.
Yeah. Good on you, mate. Well done.
Thanks, mate.
Lee Freedman, who taught Damien Oliver everything he knows, according to Lee. Well, he's taught him well because he is the best jockey in Australia at the moment. We head to a break. The preliminaries are over, and now the countdown begins. Will Damien Oliver be coming back in about an hour's time? We'll find out soon. Back to Flemington for the build-up to the big one, the 2001 Tooheys New Melbourne Cup. The ritual after the Great Western. Mr. Des Gleeson walks to the desk.
2:35.
Just takes a look over the facts and figures. Come on, Des. Normally you're quicker than this. Now 1 + 1 equals, and then you take away the number you first thought of. Let's hope we haven't got a problem. No, everything's fine. Des is happy. Correct weights there. For Moondragon defeating Night Chaser and Ansami 4:10.5 after race 6, the Great Western. Dividends around Australia with Dan Malicki.
Back-to-back favourite successful. Moondragon $3 and $1.30. Night Chaser $10.30 and Answer Me $1.90. $79 Quinello trifecta $787.90. Exacta $108.10. Running double paid $5.10 on 1 and 4. Ollie Addy's brilliant best there, and the punters were cheering that one from a long way from home, Tim.
Certainly were, and yep, punters got something back. There's a few more smiling faces around the place with a couple of favourites winning in the last couple of races. Turning our attention now to the Melbourne Cup. The bookmakers have just put up the markets for this race, the Great Race, Race 7. Sky Heights has opened up the favourite just ahead of Ethereal, Big Pat and Rain Gauge. There's only 4 runners under double figures. Persian Punch just in double figures. It's been the best back runner of the morning. At this stage, Sky Heights and Damien Oliver for a treble, favourite in the Melbourne Cup.
Well, he's a man in form because he rode a brilliant race in the previous. There is a warning siren. Now, don't be surprised if this is a scratching in the Tooheys New Melbourne Cup. There was some talk that Carpstad Way was going to come out after all of these discussions, so stand by. The warning siren, and we are about to find out. Carpstad Way is out. Well, I don't think that that is unexpected whatsoever. The horse is just not good in this sort of going, and trainer Chris Wood has decided not to start the horse. Jen, I think that's probably a pretty wise move not to run the horse.
I think so, Peter. I mean, the trainer does know his horse the best, and, you know, the horse doesn't perform on rain-affected tracks, so he'd like to save him.
Well, I think Mark Aston might be able to tell us some more, because I believe he's with Carpstad Way's trainer Chris Wood.
Well, this is a